All right, folks. Well, we just wrapped up an amazing adventure yet again here in Alaska. I'm actually at Craig and Brooke's home here in Anchorage. And before we get on a plane first thing in the morning, I want to take the opportunity to do a walk around of this incredible Tacoma that we've been running around in for 3 weeks now, and just get an idea behind what their build looks like and why they did it the way they did and how folks have been enjoying it for almost 2 or 3 months now. So let's just dive into it and see what Craig's got going on back here. All right, Craig, man, it's just been awesome yet again to come up here and just explore more and more of Alaska. And I have to say, it's been fun doing it in an entirely new footprint here with, what's her name? Nanana.
Yeah.
So you Nanana. So how many rigs do you have now?
We have 9 rigs, so 5 that we own
Okay.
and 4 that we consign with.
Awesome. And they all have their unique name for something special.
They do. They all mean something a little bit to us. Like every single rig we call one of our girls, right?
Yeah.
And, they each have their own personality and they each have their own history. And it kind of makes some very personal experience for people when they come around Alaska to be able to kind of, as corny as it sounds, we've had people who've had these amazing experiences. And as we drive away, it's like they're watching their lost love leave. There's people with tears in their eyes, and they've had this shared experience with the vehicles.
Yeah.
And a name's just a name, but it's not until the vehicle goes with experience that they actually truly have that connection with it too as well. So
That's so true. It's so true. When you name a vehicle, it comes alive. It's 100%. Like Herbie.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And we have people today, even like on Facebook, who follow us and just, when they see narwhal in their environment, they're like, how's she doing in her natural environment? And they had that connection with them.
That's so cool. Yeah. That's so cool. Well, I just want to kind of do a quick walk around and show the folks what we've been operating out of, because when you consider a lot of overland rigs out there, this is a little bit more subdued, but yet it's such a perfect balance for traveling Alaska. And I think that people find it interesting because it's a great footprint for them to get started with as well. They don't have to have all the bells and whistles, and yet look at what we do up
100%.
here.
And when we were building the rigs too, it was very much part of the design process for us. We wanted them to be able to understand that 95% of what they do and it's going to be a little bit of tarmac and dirt roads and a little bit of trail rides from that point on too. So we wanted to kind of build a rig that was going to be capable of going all the way up to Dalton, going out to Kennecott, doing the Denali Highway without anything of any concern, right?
Yeah.
And so we built this rig purposely for that, so that way we know they're going to have an amazing experience and not worrying about how is the rig built, what kind of tires do I have, the secondary batteries, and kind of as the build process happened, it was kind of already about that, set and forget. And the way we did the accessories and the way we've done everything we've included, we want people just to really bring their clothes, jump on a plane, and have an amazing experience. And everything else is kind of taken care of. Yeah.
Well, I can attest to that. It's been a very successful pattern of doing it then.
That's good. Yeah, you put her through her paces. And, she just came together really nicely, and this is her first season, and she's had a great year.
Awesome. Yeah. All right, so let's see what goodies we have back here. This is kind of the where all the magic happens, right?
Absolutely. I mean, the Tacoma. I love the fact this turns pretty much into a camp kitchen table for everybody, right? Everything comes out, kind of gets situated here. But with us, really, ultimately, it came down to the fridge was really the core of what we were looking for. We wanted people to be able to kind of gather their food for 4 or 5 days, be able to kind of hit some of these remote locations and not be worrying about ice and coolers and all of that. So the fridge kind of started the impetus of the build. That's what caused our secondary battery system, which then caused kind of a lot of the next kind of flow on from effect. So fridge was main priority. We went with the Clearview drop slide. I'm 6'7", so I'm a tall guy. And then when it came to our fridge, we got the slide and it came out to here, and I'm like, this is awesome. And then my wife was like, but what about everybody else?
Right.
So we came and found the Clearview drop slides, which are awesome because they just bring it down to that next level. And then from here, you can gain access pretty much to your fridge. It's not clean.
Nice. I didn't get all the way in there.
No,
Yeah.
good, yeah.
Let me be clear that we left the mess. I interrupted them cleaning this up for the next customer just so we could shoot this.
100%. We will get back to that.
There you go.
No.
There
And that's
you
part
go.
of our cleaning process too as well, because we built this business in the middle of COVID, so we understood fully that apprehension that people had at the time of traveling too as well. And so we have 2 days really between each rental, which we fully clean the vehicle. And then that also kind of came into the specking out of how even the bedding, because, you know, we were like, do we go sleeping bags? You know, how do we do that? And what we ended up going deciding with is something that we could clean, something that we could clean, air out, and fully just know that we're sending people off without anything that is going to cause kind of ickiness, like sleeping bags or even the liners too as well. So we went with fitted sheets, and we went with down comforters, and we went with the down pillows too as well, so that way they can kind of compress down and kind of create that nice environment of warmth too as well.
Absolutely.
And we've camped with those down to 0 degrees up here and been remarkably comfortable and remarkably warm too.
You were actually the first person to turn me on to the beauty of down. So we've moved to having those as our backups as well, and it's done a great job.
It's just, and it's clean. You know, you break them down at the end of the camping trip. You know, you wash all the sheets, you air out the mattress, you air out the comforter and the pillows, and then you come back and everything's clean, ready for your next camping trip.
Nice.
So,
Awesome.
yeah, so just put it away. You kind of up it goes. We call it 1, 2, and then 3, and then it locks off. And then the fridge is connected to a secondary battery, to a battery system. And in that way, we really spec'd out our battery in a way that it could last 4 days. So if you're at a campsite and you wanted to go camping, exploring, hiking, you know that your fridge is going to be okay to operate for at least 4 days. We went with the front runner drawer system. And the reason why we went with that is, hey Zoe.
Hi. Hi there. Hi. Welcome interruption.
Yeah, a little interruption. This moment's been brought to you by the neighborhood dogs. We've got great neighbors. We want to go with a system that was capable of really fitting inside that Tacoma platform really nicely. When it came to the specking out of the back, we wanted to have it fit everything that we had in really one drawer. And then that gave that whole drawer system on the far side for people to put anything that they want in regards to, you know, food, storage, just organization in general.
Right, and even more security. You know, for like people with camera gear.
Camera gear. Some people who want to come up here want protection too as well. So if they have shotguns or whatever the case may be, these can be locked up and secured too as well for them while they travel. So we really, as I said, that concept of having everything that they would need to for the expedition. They're not worrying about what sleeping bags to bring or what kind of, you know, do I need to bring salt and pepper? Do I bring all that side of it? We wanted to make sure that everything was kind of taken care of initially for them on the first day and giving them that start. Because we know when it comes to spending 6 hours on the plane to get to Alaska and then kind of the energy level you've got, you want to get out there and hit the road fast and experience Alaska. And so we wanted to kind of overcome a lot of those hurdles for people to get them out there and enjoying the state. So that's a lot of what we kind of figured out in regards to our layout. This is the front runner collapsible bag. Again, we wanted to have everything in here that they needed for that. So everything's picked out for 4 people. We've got in here plates, pots and pans for cooking, most important essentially toilet paper. Second most is coffee pot too as well. Tea towels, Dawn dish soap, salt and pepper, everything in here too as well. From Kevin's last visit to us, we now include a can opener. We do listen to customer feedback and change. I can't believe we missed that in the first time, but thank you, Kevin. And then also a lighter just in case. And then trash bags, you know, key. Make sure you pack out more than you pack in. So we provide some trash bags there to get you started, and then some cleaning supplies too as well. So everything is included in this little easy to organize, having a place for it to go. This is the Front Runner. We love you see a lot of the products that we've got here from Front Runner. We just love the packability of some of their equipment. And this is a utensil set, enough for 4 people.
Super handy. You
can see at a glance where everything is at. It even includes chopping block too, and then you've got your bottle opener too, of course, the most important part.
Nice.
The Camp Chef
Great stove,
which again was a recommendation from Lifestyle. Absolutely, 100%.
Did we influence you?
You did. You influenced.
It is
oh,
a
you
great
influence
stove.
you. Yeah, we liked it because of the low heat and then the high heat functionality too as well.
It's great.
And so we went with all of those in each of our rigs. And then of course we have the griddle too as well. So that way you can do your pancakes, bacon, eggs, stir fry too, whatever you need to is all here.
Nice.
And then we've got the legs of course for the camp chef, so it's got its own place. We have the front runner tables and chairs as well. And then also in this one, we have power and water too as well for the Tacomas. We feel it's really important to have water, even if it's just for cleaning. You don't really need it for drinking water, even though it is portable water. We include a filter with every single one of our vehicles too, so that way if you're out there, you want to use potable water, you got access to refill this. 55 litres or 15 gallons of water, which we say typically lasts 4 to 5 days, depending on your water usage. Kevin, how long did it last for you?
Almost 3 weeks.
Yeah, almost 3 weeks. And then also too on this side, we have offered a dual battery system. Plenty of usage for power too as well, options for power.
And let me tell you, with all the camera gear and stuff that we haul around, that right there made the trip. That was awesome.
And we've had customers ask about CPAP machines, so we make sure we spec everything out for really any kind of need that people may have. You know, when it comes to camping in the wilderness, the basic necessities such as cold food, electric, water, takes away a lot of those concerns.
Right.
And just makes it a little bit more comfortable. And obviously that's what we're going for.
Awesome. Nailed it.
Yeah.
Now tell me a little bit about this top that you're working with.
So yeah, we have the smart caps, RSI smart caps on the Nana. We've also got the ARE on Yukon. Yeah, we're looking at doing the LU cab too as well for the next round of vehicles as we continue to grow and evolve. We decided to go with front runner racks because we want to make sure that if you want to carry things like max tracks or extra fuel, anything that gave you some more space, especially as we design these vehicles for really a family of 2 plus maybe 2 or 3 kids. And obviously the iCamper, which is an amazing option for us because we wanted a tent solution that was going to be capable of handling one person sitting up by themselves, or maybe up to a family of 4 or 5. This is a great solution for that. It's got good range in regards to space, easy to set up, and we've had the iCamper on Denali, which you remember from last season.
Yeah.
We've counted the number of days that she's been on the ranch. She's been out almost 200 plus days. Wow. And we've had 0 issues with that, with that 2.0.
Well, that whole experience drove us to give it a try.
Yeah.
And we've really enjoyed the iCamper setup.
Yep. And then just from the rental side of it, we tried the soft shells before, and I think we're going to go away from those because it's just to someone who's not familiar with overlanding, they can cause some challenges. So we decided to go more hard shell, and we just like iCamper, and great brand, and we like the tents,
especially with the 3.0 and all the little improvements they made.
Yeah, they took pretty much all. I mean, it's a great tent solution originally, but then all the little things that you could say, I wish I could do this, I wish I could do that. They made those changes. It's like they read the reviews and made the changes.
That's awesome. It's exciting to see a company do that.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's immediate too as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right, so what do we got going on down here with the suspension and the bits that make it a little more comfortable down the road? Yeah,
we put a lot of thought into this in regards to trying to find that good touring rig solution that gave bang for buck. And as much as we looked around in regards to different brands, and there's some really good ones out there, we ended up settling with the AIB Old Man Emu system, and we went with the 3-inch lift. Being this is our first year with the Tacomas and the setup that we're going to go with, we think we may go a little higher on the spring settings. But that's one of the benefits of this system, is that as the vehicle kind of changes and adapts, you can make those tweaks and changes very easily without having to redo your whole solution. We wanted to go with aftermarket wheels because we know what it's like around in this environment. You need to make sure that you've got good rims and you've got good tires. And these are going out onto roads that most rental car companies in Alaska just won't allow you to go to. So we selected good tires. We like the Toyota tires. We went with the AT3s. They just got good all-round capability, and they can handle the sharp rocks that may see on the Dalton or out on towards Kennecott, and capable of holding that.
Pardon for our Alaskan interruption here.
Yeah, candidly, I'm just waiting for the bear to come out over the corner. We had a moose
we're
yesterday.
Still waiting on a brown bear
Yeah.
for this trip.
Yeah, we saw a moose yesterday. So welcome to Alaska.
That's right. Your backyard, they're here.
So the SCS rims, which I love, the Ray-Tans, that's kind of really the one area where I kind of took my personal flavor.
Sure.
I like those rims, the fantastic rims. There's no such thing as a bad color with those.
Yeah.
And then the Toyota tires and really the ARB system. You know, it's one of those things where you just want to send people out in a way you know they're not going to have problems. So if you know they're going out there and they've got good tires, and as part of that we have a full-size spare too as well, to make sure that, you know, if there's any issues that happen, they're not having to limp back home. You know, they've got a full capable way of getting out to a place where they can find a solution to get another tire, or give us a call and we can meet up with them.
Awesome.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
And got some sliders there for a little protection too, huh?
We do, and that's mainly because the Tacomas didn't come with steps.
Gotcha.
You know, and then really Alaska's more mud, not so much rocks.
Right.
But we wanted something that just to give that level of protection to the vehicle. These are CBR sliders.
Yeah.
And great product, and they fit really nicely with the overall theme of the vehicle, and then just a little bit of protection too as well.
Well, and super helpful for setting up the tent for, you know, people that aren't 7 foot tall like yourself.
Absolutely. And as we say, we have vehicles like these are jungle gyms, right? So feel free to jump on the tires, feel free to jump on the sliders.
Yeah.
You know, grab onto the roof racks. That's what it's for, right?
That's it.
And
just don't scratch the paint.
just don't scratch your paint. Again,
We'll tell more about that in a minute.
Yeah. Yes, we will.
Yep. All right. Well, anything special under the hood?
Yeah, so when we're first looking at platforms of what we wanted to base it off, of course, is Jeeps, you've got Broncos, you've got Toyotas out there, and we kind of leaned towards Toyotas, just because reliability, dependency, and yeah, they just work.
They just work.
Yeah. And as part of that, we decided to go with a couple of options in regards to our dual battery system. Off-road Grid Engineering, for their secondary battery location, had a really good option for us. Great company to work with, really in regards to that stock location. We want to, again, space is a huge consideration for us. So we wanted to make sure that we had that secondary battery under the hood. We used Red Arc as our BC-DC charger. We went with the 25, and really that's for us, Red Arc is one of those set and forget kind of systems. It just works.
Yeah.
As the vehicle starts, it kicks on. We've talked about doing solar here as part of the next reiteration of our builds too as well, because most of our run operation is during the light, during the summer season, and
plenty of daylight at that point.
Plenty of daylight, exactly.
Maybe more than you want.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And then again, just a little extra peace of mind in regards to the starter motor starting. You know, we wanted to make sure that when we're out there, none of the secondary pulls are coming off the starter battery. Everything's coming off of that secondary battery. And that way, when you have been at camp for 2 or 3 days and you got to turn that key, the vehicle starts.
Yeah, absolutely. That's huge.
Yeah,
that's huge, because it can be scary for a first timer in Alaska to turn the key and something not fire up.
100%. Yeah, and that's, again, as we look at any of our builds and as we look at going into shoulder season or even winter season, we are speccing our rigs as if it was somebody who is not familiar with the locations or familiar with the areas. So we wouldn't send anybody out in a vehicle that we wouldn't trust to go out in ourselves. And we put a lot of thought into regards to setting the rigs up so that way everything's kind of thought of that you may need while you're out on the road.
Awesome.
Yeah. Kevin.
Always cleaning.
So we, of course, again, part of that space, Alaska, as you're seeing on the footage, sometimes it's beautiful.
Milo, what's up, buddy? Hi.
Hi. Yeah, thanks for barking, you did.
Okay, good boy.
Yeah, as you know, of Alaska, it's sometimes based on the footage you've seen, you know, even when it's rainy, it's beautiful, and it's not always a blue sky. So we want somewhere to be under in case of the rain. And so we went with the awning system on all of the vehicles. The 4Runners have the 180s, and then the Tacomas have the 270s. Of course, it's based on that back gate, the way the back gate opens up.
Yeah.
On the Nano, we have the AU Cab 270 awning, which is an amazing system, very quick to open, very easy to set up, very easy to put away. On the other vehicles, we have OVS2 as well, which again, if you're looking for a good 180 or 270 awning, great bang for buck, an amazing canopy awning option, I should say. In regards to add-ons, for the base price, you get the vehicle, and then of course you get everything that we just saw in the back of the vehicle included. We really know that every experience is a little different what people are looking for. So if you want add-ons, we can do portable toilets for you. We can do safety packages, which include GPS and the Max Tracks, as well as the air up and air down options. Really, we just wanted to give people a lot of options in regards to what they want to use. So privacy tents, but not everybody wants that experience. It's kind of build your own adventure. But the base package of what we include is pretty much everything that you need. And then really the add-ons are just more that's based on your personal experience that you're trying to create. Yeah.
Gotcha. Awesome, man. Well, it's been an amazing setup. I just had such a blast with the Tacoma footprint, and yeah, thank you so much for giving us a tour. Thank you so much for letting us borrow it, and I'm sorry for all the extra scratches that weren't really part of the plan, but you know, that's overlanding sometimes.
Yes. No, I appreciate you coming out. As I said, it was been great to get to know you guys from last time you were up here. We love having the experience of you coming up and really sharing this again. We live in a beautiful part of the world, and we really love to share it. And we're trying to find ways that people can kind of experience that in a way that overcomes maybe some of those concerns that people may have about coming to the state. And then seeing you guys kind of do this, and it really kind of, they can relate to how it can be for them. And that's why we love seeing you guys come up here. And just the way, the ideals that you have and kind of how you resonate is very similar to us in regards to what we're looking for. And so we started this business to really make it easy for people to get out there with families and do what we do every day and in Alaska, and just get out there and enjoy the state in a way that is off the, I'm going to say off the beaten path. It's just off the tourist trap.
There you go.
Ways that people can kind of typically see Alaska and the cruise ship and on the bus and on the train, you know, and with 50 of your closest friends. You know, you can take one of these vehicles, you can kind of go into some of those towns, you can really truly experience what they have to offer in a way that's nimble, and then go camp out somewhere where it's where Alaskans go. In fact, in some of this trip that you've been to, it's places where even Alaskans haven't gone to, right? And seeing what is out there, what the state has to offer, and you know, go down into that road and see what that spot is about. See what does this mean on this map and what's around that area. Right. Gives you that option. Pick your own adventure, and you know, this is what these vehicles are for, and we'd like to be part of that journey with you. So.
Awesome, man. Well, again, you've made it easy. You've made Alaska easy for people, and that's what they needed.
100%. We hope to see more of you guys. So come out and see us.
All right. Well, where can people find you?
Oh, AlaskaOverlander.com. Also, you can follow us on Instagram and on Facebook too as well. So we'd love to have you follow us, and you know, we share as many of the custom experiences that have kind of had their amazing locations, amazing trips, and that's really kind of that way to connect people to Alaska. So,
awesome.
And even if it's your own rig, give us a call. We'll be happy to kind of help you in regards to creating your experience. And if it's, you know, if you got 2 weeks, jump on a plane, come up to Alaska, give us a call. We'll help you find some campsites, we'll help you plan routes, and we'll make sure that you have the best experience you can.
Awesome. Very cool, man.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll see you next year.
See you next year. Watch this space.